Morning, Debbie. What's up?
If I seem a little frantic, it's because there's a front moving in capable of producing a supercell, maybe even lots of supercells. So we're moving out ASAP. Everyone's already outside. You'll ride with Chase and the... Holy cow, that was the jack for Scott's phone! Forget what I was saying. You're gonna have to stay here and fix Scott's phone connection. Scott will freak if he comes back and his phone doesn't work. Soon as I finish entering these data, I am out of here. Go on, go fix that phone! Go!
But how do I fix a phone? I've never done anything like that.
It probably just needs to be rewired. I've seen you work. I know you can figure this out for us.
Yikes.
Come on, Debbie, let's get going.
On my way.
Okay. Okay. So this is kind of similar to the puzzle in Warnings at Waverly Academy to when we're following Rachel into the secret passageway. Spoiler alert. Not really spoiler alert, but anyway, yeah, so you have to like click on all of these, but you cannot retrace your steps. Trying to think the best way to do this. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, wait, no, we're good, we're good. Here we go, yep.
That should do it. There, all fixed. What's that sound?
As long as you're making sure that everything looks right, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I know what I'm doing here.
That's Scott. This headset must have some kind of wireless connection to his cell phone. Wonder who he's talking to.
Congratulations! Any chance you can keep your act together so that the rest of the world doesn't also know what you're up to?
No one suspects a thing, Brooke.
Brooke? That's the name of the leader of that rival Chase team.
Let's try to keep it that way.
You worry about keeping up your part of the deal. I've got everything and everyone under control out here.
I love the happy music that's playing right now.
Looks like I need a key.
So, okay. We overhear a very weird conversation between Scott and Brooke. Also, we need to look over here.
There's some kind of residue on the blade. Smells like coolant.
So a blade with coolant on it, and Chase isn't here.
Mice? I don't know. Looks to me like this was made by the knife I saw in Scott's office.
Things are not looking too good for Scott. But since Chase isn't here, we can
Looks
finally
like
look at
Chase
his
stepped in that
boots.
oil puddle I saw by the sprinklers. Or are there other puddles of oil around here?
And we get some free paw pennies, like 20 paw pennies. If you open this little gate for horses. Okay, oh. Getting a phone call.
Hello?
Nancy! Good. Glad I got you. You alright now? Everybody get through that storm?
Yeah, we're all fine.
Great. I was hoping so, but after something that big, thought I'd better check. While I got you on the phone, something's come up, and I could really use you down at the store. Please, hurry.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Okay, well, we'll have to look at Scott's drawer when we come back from pause. I'm kind of doing things a little out of order, but it's fine.
You're here, and you brought the mousetrap. Good. Because I've been seeing a lot of mice lately, especially by that homesteader display in the museum. Must have a nest right beside it. I want you to catch them for me and get them out of here before the health department hears about it. They give me a hard enough time already for selling all them Cocoa Kringle products.
I can do that for you, sure.
That's a spit here. Here's one of them moon chunks to use as bait.
Ooh, I'll need that. Thanks.
So you just go on over there and have at it.
Okay. One last time catching mice. We have to kind of figure out where to put the trap. I can't remember if there's any corn for us. This one. Oh, okay, yeah. You just kind of have to click on the red part when the... Anyway, yeah. You have to kind of just find it in here. But there is corn. Who knows why we have to do this here? Because supposedly this saboteur is trying to sabotage the farmhouse. Why would there be mice at Paws? I don't know. But there is, and we have to, we gotta do this. So, okay, that's not what I wanted to happen. Do this, do this. Do this, do this. Okay. No. Don't go anywhere. No. Too much happening.
I'm finished here.
Thank you kindly. Now get him out of here before any tourists see him. Thanks for catching them mice, Nancy.
That wasn't there before. That's the divining rod that's missing from the museum. I wonder if someone was trying to hide it. And stepped in that pool of oil over there in the process.
Like Chase. Let's go back to pause. And show him. Whoops. Or give him the divining rod back.
Well, if it ain't my favorite customer.
Have Scott and his team always been so accident-prone?
I'd say they've always been reality-prone. If you're the type to chase down tornadoes, the reality of the situation is that you're pretty much giving trouble your home address. But from what I've been hearing, this year's been especially bad.
You'll be happy to know I found your missing divining rod.
Well, put the cat out of the rain. Where was it?
Out in the spring house.
If you can put it back in the display, I'd be truly grateful.
Good seeing you again.
Stop by anytime.
Hey there.
How was the chase that I missed?
Oh, went pretty good. Didn't see any funnel clouds, but I managed to plant a sensor right in the path of a major downdraft, if you can believe that.
Was Scott there to see it?
He went in the base vehicle by himself, but he was real happy when he heard about that sensor. Yes, ma'am.
You've been spending all your spare time around here trying to find oil, haven't you?
What? Oil? Well, I've been doing no such thing. Where'd you get an idea like that?
I found the divining rod you took from Pa's museum. The one you left by the old spring house.
I should have known I wouldn't get away with it. Lying and conniving and sneaking around, they just don't come natural to me. My mama raised me just too right. See, I heard rumors there was an oil deposit somewhere underneath this here farm. I also heard the college was getting ready to dump the place, so I signed up with Scott figuring I could look for oil, and if I found some, try to get my daddy to invest in a little real estate.
Did you really think you could find oil using an oversized stick?
It ain't no stick. It's a divining rod. And the one I took from Paul's isn't just any divining rod, neither. Used to belong to Charles Hamilton. It's that stick that made him the richest man in the state. My great-granddaddy saw it in action once. Saw it practically fly out of the man's hand and stick straight into the ground like it was being held there by some kind of magnet. The men started digging, and sure enough, they hit oil. And I found oil around here, too, a couple of times. Of course, when I started digging, all I ended up with were puddles. That's because of Scott. He's the one messing stuff up around here. He's a jinx. And that's the truth. Listen, I'm truly ashamed of my behavior, Nancy. I will apologize to Pa for taking that divining rod first chance I get. And I know it's highly unlikely, but should you and my mama ever cross paths...
I'll keep this to myself, but you've got to keep being honest with me.
You got a deal. You know, come to think of it, I guess I can't rightly say all the bad stuff that's been going on is just bad luck. Like when I checked out the lightning rod on the farmhouse to see why Scott's phone blew up like that, I discovered something kind of strange. Instead of being wired so any lightning that struck the house would be directed to the ground, this here lightning rod connected to the wiring inside the house.
Someone wanted that phone jack to explode?
Or the TV, or the fridge. Someone just wanted to do some damage.
But you're sure it was wired that way on purpose?
Either that, or this thing was put up by the world's dumbest electrician.
I'd better get going.
Bye now.
So Chase is trying to find oil, but he says it's not him who's messing with all the technology.
Indy, haven't heard from you in too long. You closer to figuring out who's been tampering with my machines?
I have a few hunches, but it's still a little too soon. I was thinking, these are some pretty complicated machines. Wouldn't you have to know quite a bit about their inner workings to sabotage them?
Now there's a thought, Indy. I think you might be right. Doesn't take much skill to break a machine, but to tweak it so that it's doing its job differently, now that takes some mechanical smarts.
Hey, there might be something to that.
Unfortunately, the thing is, there's not one person on the team there that wouldn't be capable of something like this. Good hunch, but do you have anything else?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. Were you able to find anything out in your research on the team?
Aside from Frosty's impressive collection of unpaid parking tickets, nothing yet.
Nothing turned up about Scott or Debbie?
Let's see. Nothing too substantial. As you're no doubt aware, Scott's got quite the reputation as a crotchety old misanthrope. And, not surprisingly, that seems to have really affected his career. Everyone agrees he used to be the fastest rising star in the field, but those days are long gone.
Anything else about Debbie?
Not a thing but ambition. And you know that that's a slippery virtue sometimes. She wants to lead that team, but you gotta ask yourself, what's she willing to do to get what she wants? That's no small question to figure out.
Do you know anything about oil deposits in this part of the country?
Afraid I don't. Never gave much thought about oil, to tell you the truth. Dig a hole, make a fortune. I guess it's appealing for some people, but to me it's just plain boring. I'm more interested in making than finding.
Have a good day.
Call back anytime.
Hi, Nancy. What's up?
Suspicion.
Why's that?
The more time I spend here, the fewer things add up.
How so?
When I first arrived here, I found that box with money in it, remember?
Of course.
I just found another box with a contract.
Interesting. What's it say?
It's pretty vague, but the gist is someone's getting paid on the side and not in a legitimate way.
That makes sense given the money box you found earlier.
Right. I just have to figure out who it is and why.
Well, you know the easiest way to figure that out.
Keep my eyes open and follow the money. Any idea why Chase would be acting so suspiciously about having oil on his boots?
Maybe he found a secret oil reserve and doesn't want anyone to know.
Yeah, but the chances of that are... Come to think of it, this part of the country, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
If he did find oil, wouldn't it belong to the university anyway?
Probably.
Well, it's not that simple. It depends on the state of the property deed. But say he found oil, and he kept it secret.
He might be able to buy the property for cheap and cash in on the oil. No wonder he seems so strange.
That is, if that's what's going on.
Right. I'll keep an eye out for more clues. I'll check back with you in a bit.
Catch you on the flip side.
What's going on?
I heard someone talking about some Brooke person. Who is she again?
Brooke Tavener. She heads the chase team that in all likelihood is going to whoop our collective fanny in the competition.
Does she deserve to win?
I don't know. Look, if it's all the same to you, I just as soon talk about something else, okay?
Guess I'll get going.
Ta-ta.
What's up?
Everything go okay on that chase I had to miss?
Yep, the sky was incredible. Saw a couple of promising wall clouds, but nothing ever dropped. Feel free to take a look at the pictures I just downloaded. They are awesome!
Thanks for all the advice.
Bye now.
Okay, the reason why I keep wanting to ask Frosty about the clouds is because I've been able to ask him about cirrostratus before, and that's the only way I can ever get... Oh, missed this. Cirrostratus. Storm weather symbols. Okay, I think that will come in handy later.
So, what's up?
I'll catch you later.
Pop in anytime.
Okay, well, I guess I can just try to find it on my own. I also need a wall. Wait, what is that again? Lowering section of clouds from a cumulonimbus base that is capable of spawning tornadoes. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, well that kind of looks like a wall, right? I don't know. Maybe? Wait. I'm like, where am I going? I guess I'm going here, but... Okay. Ah. I want to go here, so... I don't know what this is. I think I already got a picture of something that looks like this, but... Like this? Shelf? No, I think that's right. I think that's a wall. I don't know. I'll try. Yay! That was a wall. Okay.
What's up?
I've harassed you enough.
Pop in anytime.
Ah. Okay.
Hey, thanks for fixing the phone. You didn't miss much on the chase.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't get good weather.
Well, that's the breaks. Hey, you know, since you're so good at fixing things, why don't you fix the TV? I think we've abused it enough. It's not getting any picture.
I'll check back with you in a bit.
Have fun!
Okay, for this puzzle, you have to match up all the red first. Well, I do red, then green, then blue. So for red, there's one there, and there, and there. So that's not right. There, there, there. Okay. there. Nope. Yeah. Here, here, and here. There, okay. There. Wait. Okay. There and there, and then this. Okay, so that's red. Green. Green, 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 green. Uh-huh. Wait, this might actually be it. Yeah. Okay, blue, last one. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, wait. Blue. There, there, there.
It shows a clear thunderclap.
That's the footage from Frosty's camera. I'm sure of it. It did record after all.
I think it's a lost cause, Nancy. It's permanently broke. Bummer.
Hey, Nancy, whoa. Never seen that look on your face before.
You've been secretly selling tornado footage to someone, haven't you?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've been shooting stuff for the team, but selling it on the sly, using the box under the yellow rose bush by the barn as a drop point. That's how you got all those scratches on your arm. And Debbie not only knows about it, she condones it. I overheard you two talking out in the cornfield. Or should I say, conspiring. You two are trying to get Scott so frustrated that he finally blows and says or does something that will force the college to let him go.
Nancy, do you have any idea how crazy you sound?
What I don't know for sure is whether you two are also responsible for the other stuff that's happened around here, like the hose in Pete's car, and the equipment failure, and the mouse infestation. Guess I'll just have to tell Scott everything and see what he thinks.
Okay, look, I don't know why you feel like you need to stick your big fat nose where it doesn't belong, But all I did was sell some pictures and footage to this girl I know who's trying to make a name for herself as a nature photographer. Legally, all the stuff I shoot belongs to the team, but that's totally unfair, and Debbie agrees. She knows how hard it is to get a good start, and she looks the other way. Don't be upset with her, though. She's just trying to help. But when it comes to all that other stuff, I had nothing to do with any of it, and neither did she. I promise you. So there's really no reason to tell Scott any of this, right?
I guess not.
You're a fine lady. Oh, and that big fat nose thing? Kidding. So, how are those cloud pictures coming?
Actually, I'm having problems finding cirrostratus.
You know, if you head on out to the Fraser Creek windmill, I'll bet you anything you'll get your picture. Weather conditions for cirrostratus should be perfect right now. In the meantime, I gotta get back to work. See ya.
Yay, okay, now I can finally get cirrostratus.
Time to call it a day, Nancy. Hit the sack and I'll see you first thing in the morning.
Yeah, but first we need to get this picture, Debbie. Yay. Yeah, okay.
Time to call it a day, Nancy. Hit the sack and I'll see you first thing in the morning.
All right, I got all of them. I don't think I've ever gotten every cloud before, so that's
What's up?
Cool.
I've harassed you enough.
Bye now.
What's up?
Frosty told me that he's been secretly selling his footage and that you're helping.
He said that, did he? Well, that's not exactly something you need to worry about.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I am right. And besides, we've got bigger things on our plate than what our photographer does in his spare time.
I'd better get to work.
Have fun!